Welcome back, everybody, to week 3, day 2, where we are finally back into a little bit of OSL. And I didn't turn off my Spotify, it's blaring in my ears. That's finally off. Welcome back to OSL. Very excited. We have 3 series tonight, so tonight is going to be a very, very long one, possibly up to 6 hours. We might see, might be a little 6-hour cast. That'll be exciting. But we will be starting with Renewal versus Clown Crew, which we will be seeing the Howmaster, Oni, and possibly a Ghoul set if we don't see a tour occur. But before getting into our later sets for tonight, we'll introduce my co-caster, Tavi, who will take you into the later sets for tonight.
All right, hello everybody. Good evening, good night, wherever it is for you. Actually, it's evening for me, so I shouldn't be saying that. But the sets for tonight are quite a pick. Definitely the Oni and Ghoul is something that we've barely seen at all this season. But just last night actually, we saw Dokes get a 4K3, and then I believe it was Gunter get a 4K1. So I'm happy to see what both teams have been cooking to the Ghoul, of course, if they get that far, because we've got Handmaster and the Oni beforehand. It's pretty stacked for this first series tonight, but I'm sure Stasi, we can get more into it as we get big games going. But Renewal's taking the Survivors first, and I think they performed fairly well. What's the tipping looking like, Stasi?
That's a really good question, actually. I haven't looked at it too much tonight, but I will be closing it soon. So if you guys haven't done your tipping, make sure to do it now. But we do have 28 people, and no surprise, it is heavily, heavily favored towards Renewal here. And that's not going to be a massive shock. But you know what? I'm looking at the Renewal survivors now, and to be honest, it looks like they've got the B team on. So they've got Sky, Sky has played absolutely fantastic these 2 weeks leading up to now. But then they've got PZ and Dog, and PZ and Dog have certainly had some really good moments, but they've been a little bit inconsistent because we've had to do a lot of VOD reviews, and definitely it's been interesting watching their backup lineup. And then we've got ADHD as well. I'm not sure whether that's actually another player, or that's just someone who's renamed themselves, like it might be Lucky or something. But I guess we'll see as we get into it. And I also noticed the Killer as well. The Killer had a different name. So once again, I actually don't know whether that's a different player or they might have just renamed themselves. If we jump onto the Clown Crew roster, which has 11 members. Okay. No, it looks like this is a new player. So we've got quite a few players who this is going to be their first week of playing, week 3. So we're getting deep into it. And we're starting to see more of the lineup, which is actually awesome. So hopefully we'll be able to see some really good performances by our new players. ADHD, Claudette on the Survivor side, and our Killer side. This will be the first game for our Killer. So hopefully we're able to see a clutch Handmaster performance. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, and I think the previous results for Handmaster have been a little bit mixed, but a little bit favored towards, I think, getting outs. Being that 4K2 game, which did occur, I believe, in week 2. But apart from that, I think that's Survivor's off to a nice start here. ADHD, also known as Owen, taking the first chase here. I think they'll smash it as well, allowing them to make this top side fairly free. But oh no, hold on, no, we're on Dog now. So I guess first chase. Not really too impactful for our Killer, I would have to say. Oh, okay, that's a beautiful dog tag. But I did want to slowly mention the perks, which the no corrupt might force this down to be much earlier if they do want to try and stop the gens. But a beautiful dodge by Dog will secure another pallet drop coming in from 11. So I think he should be dead here though, and this first down should happen. But yeah, Crazy F, I think this really aggressive build, we'll have to see how it pans out. I believe every other Handmaster set we've seen a corrupt intervention being brought in, but oh my god, yeah, they might get this gen done, Stasi.
Yeah, and it's looking like they absolutely will, unless we see the last minute. No, we are going to see that gen does pop, and we'll just turn to the hook. I just want to see whether this will be a Scourge. It will. So that's going to be a little bit of a wasted Scourge there, unfortunately, as we see the first gen, the Trial Proc. Middle as well. The fact that we're able to double out middle is absolutely huge. And we also see a very, very general regression. So we've got Wretched Fate. So we're more just slowing people down rather than actually getting proper general regression to Scourge Hook. We didn't take Corrupt or anything like that, but we've got Wretched Fate, Scourge Hook, Gift of Pain, and Ruin as well, which Ruin actually hasn't been procced yet, but it is, I think, a Shack, so I think it's going to be a pretty easy find. I don't think that's going to stick with us the whole game, but we are going to continue into the middle part of the game. Dog on hook on first, and we've already popped one generator. So both Survivor and Killer teams seem to be moving along at a pretty good pace, actually. This is a game that will get towards its conclusion pretty quick, I think, as we see Sky and Dog both pumping generators in the background. And we've got our second win player who is coming in for the unhook, and we are going to get this. Oh, we're almost getting around as well. We're getting body blocked, but we are going to get this, and that's going to be an easy one.
I mean, such a huge blunder coming from Crazy F. I mean, I would assume that he just wanted to take a trade there, but I mean, it's going to be completely free on hook, and ADHD Owen can also just come in for a body block tank, so Gabriel can go and make this claim pallet. But yeah, it's, I don't know what Crazy F was trying to plan there on that hook, but it's just given away so much pressure now. He could have had a down potentially and also a slug onto ADHD and continue the tunnel out, but that's the third gen popping just for like pretty much one hook state, and now Crazy F actually decides to change a bit of tack and chase after Bill for a bit and maybe return to try and find somebody, but I think everyone's just gone now, and that I feel like is just a huge blunder. But okay, they have picked up on the trail of, I believe this is going to be ADHD, so the chase will continue. But again, this is not our tunnel out, so fairly good here for our survivors. But I think you'll just be seeing a fairly fast down and second pain resonance as long as the ping, as long as the ping doesn't interfere with that. So yeah, survivors have managed to really get out of this, and that's a third gen popping, Stasi. I think we're looking at outs.
Yeah, we're likely going to see the reset coming in right after this as well. Saw a bit of an interesting movement there by Ice, but we are going to see the reset onto Dog here. We do know where they are, but we're actually opting not to go for the reset. We will be going for the next generator instead. We're going to stop the 4K1 coming from anytime soon, and we do head towards the top side of the map here. So this is going to be the one side looking for a survivor, possibly a little bit out of position, but we don't find anything, unfortunately, and we will be forced to head back and pretty much wasted time here, actually. I wonder whether we're actually just pumping that 6th gen, because I don't think we're going to be playing around the 6th side of the map too much longer. I'm surprised we're heading back down. I'm very surprised we're not playing around a 3 gen. This gen's going to pop pretty much no matter what we do, so we might as well just play around the top side. Looks like we do find a survivor who is going upstairs. We do have the Scott Pally here available to us as well, where we find a survivor at 9. This is going to be our only injured chase. This is going to be ADHD who would be taking the next chase of the game. We'll be running all the way down towards 7 to see if we can take a good chase here. This is a pretty solid feeler here, actually, but if we can outplay with power, that would be pretty huge. We do get the hit here, and this will be a down onto ADHD. PZ was much too slow to force a hook there. Oh no, dude, that was the worst stealth I've ever seen.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate coming in. I believe PC actually took it wide, anticipating that Crazy F would try and body block it, and so overtake him on the outside, but just swung on the inside, and the play kind of backfired. But yeah, that's second stage actually going into ADHD. I feel like things could still go a little bit south here for Renewal, even though they do have a lot of Chen pressure around the map. Fastball coming on ADHD, by the way, but yeah, we could hear this 1 gen has progress. You could hear that 6 gen also has progress. So Crazy F, I think, still is playing for stages here. It's hard to immediately tell because it really depends on how quick this chase is onto ADHD. But we did see before that ADHD was the bounce landing player, and they're nowhere near the main building. So if they do get tunneled out, it will be a really big deal. But it seems like Crazy F is actually going to switch targets yet again and just chase Bill off this gen just for a little bit and maybe force a bad rotation. But I feel like in this time, though, ADHD has managed to get to safety and prevent an immediate tunnel out. So with 4 survivors still in this trial, there's no way of holding this topside 3 gen. There's no way of holding 6 either. And with how I think it's going again, we'll be seeing Renewal outs. But yeah, I feel like this all just came in from that one little misplay coming in from that first hook onto Dog. Instead of taking that trade onto ADHD, it turned into like a free unhook, which I think is ridiculous. But they do find the tunnel out again, and ADHD is not running main, so this could spell a little bit of trouble. Oh my god, and FTP in the face.
Going to say that's going to be an FTP coming in from Sky, and that is going to be a huge blunder to allow that to happen. Sky, we didn't even see him as well, actually just snuck in there for a huge FTP play, and we will be getting away from this 7 side of the map. And you know what, massive shout out to Crazy AF. This is actually the first comp game that I know of, or at least first comp game in OSL Unfortunately, I'm not too updated on the SEA teams, but first comp game in OSL, and honestly, is putting up a very solid fight. We do see the fourth gen of the trial procking, but is trying to put up a really good effort. We do have quite a few hook stages already, so we are putting the pressure on. If we can get some good mechanics in here, which unfortunately we don't do there, we'll be able to put a lot of pressure on very quickly. But we do take the hit onto PZ here, who will be getting the men's stake for free. And we will be taking this chase towards the 12 side of the map. This is going to be right at the top. See if we can have a bit of a juice to chase. PZ doing very solid so far. Has dodged quite a few dogs. And actually will be dodging another one as well as we step further away towards this loop right in the 11 corner. And we're going to be heading back to 12 as well to force the chase at just the window. We have really nothing else. But PZ still able to get away. It really doesn't matter here. We might see hit takes coming in soon, as we have our survivors who will be trying to rotate for this one, trying to get all the stages out, but no, PC does finally take it down at the 12 edge, and this is going to be huge as we see the flashlight save comes in as well. Oh, and a double.
Oh my god, our death hook going in for a flashlight save just like that, and PZ is again off this off the menu for the time of the Handmaster, as we do see another body block. This is a dog that PZ cannot avoid. His own teammate dog is here for a body block hit potentially, but Crazy F even misses the dog, so I don't even need it. But no, okay, no, it does hit the second dash of this, and PZ can also get that adrenaline. Oh my god, and he makes Shack as well. Every little bit of pallets are around this area, so PZ should be completely fine. There's no Noid in play. Oh my god, there's 3 stages at the moment, and we might actually be seeing 4 at the door. I don't know. Renewal's playing this so confidently, but okay, they're giving a little bit too much away now. But holy man, that was such a beautiful defense of the fresh hook there. That I just have to like give them the confidence to hit this. Such beautiful play. But PZ actually goes down even after all of that, and I think Renewal definitely want more than just 6 stages, 3 fresh here, Starzy.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think the results from both sides are relatively well deserved. We do see PZ does go down for the fresh hook. And as you said, we have been seeing more low stages on the side of Houndmaster recently. Of course, we did get a 4K2 the other week, but we have recently seen more low stage stages. So this is something that could be fought around. This is definitely something that could be attempted for Clown Crew. Now, this was our pick, so we might be going for a bit of a difficult one heading into the second set. But we're actually seeing a double reset come in on the background. If we could swap to our survivors and see what they're doing, that would be absolutely fantastic. To see what our survivors are, whether they're coming in for the save. All right, we're not going to swap. That's absolutely fine. We're going to continue watching the killer instead. And we are trying to look for these survivors. Unfortunately, we don't know where they are. They could be anywhere, but they are definitely trying to make their way in from the background. I assume they would have left already if they weren't. But it looks like we might be swapping someone who is on second instead for the unhook here, trying to get PZ out. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. And I'm surprised to see a trade like that. I thought we would have seen a double save.
Yeah, I would have assumed they would have gone for a 2 or 3 person play, but it just seems like they're going to trade off the death hook for the fresh hook here and just accept the 5 stages 3 fresh. That is the current result. If ADHD does die on hook, and only him, but Dog suddenly caught out a little bit of position, gonna take an M1, but does manage to make it safety, as Crazy AF is still protecting this down onto ADHD. But I think that's just gonna seal it with 5 stages. And yeah, they turned 6 stages into 5 stages, which is, I think, a result we saw before on Bleed Out and Gospel, but that's a very impressive result, I would still say, because we're looking at potentially even more with ADHD's chase, but then the FTP came in, he suddenly went to healthy, and then PZ had an amazing adrenaline play, so yeah, things definitely are looking up for Renewal. And
All right, looks like we'll be going into the next set. So, sorry, we'll be going into the next half of the set. So we'll be back with you as Renewal swaps to the killer, and we'll see how Clown Crew survivors try and beat a 5-stage 3 fresh. We'll be back with you in just a couple minutes.
all right, welcome back everybody to the second half of our first set, the Houndmaster. Now, we did just see Renewal take away 5 stages out of the door. Sorry, 5 stages. 5 stages, it was what the killer took. 7 stages out of the door is what Renewal took out of the door. But yeah, that's a really impressive performance coming in, and they've set themselves up for a very, very solid win condition of just 6 stages, which I believe it is going to be Mr. Mo taking on the Handmaster this set. So things definitely looking in favor of Renewal in terms of what Starsy was saying, the tipping and also the current result. But it's all up to Mo, I guess. And he's actually taken in a pretty signature, well, maybe not signature, but a very, very unique build with no pain resonance at all and just 3 totems and a dream. And Starsy, I don't think we've seen anything like this before. Maybe I'm missing something, but like maybe I'm missing a game from maybe very recently, but I've never seen like a Devour Rune build before.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen Devour for a while. Actually, it's been a good hot minute since we've seen Devours paired with Ruin. Seems to be 2021 vibes I'm getting back, but yeah, it's awesome to see that. Bit of unconventional pull picks are coming back, and this is what I'm really happy about with the balancing is that we are starting to see a lot of builds that there's a lot of variety in the teams builds. So for a while in the old balancing, it was just like, oh, everyone basically ran the same S tier builds, same A tier builds, whatever, right? But now we're actually starting to see a lot more, and it's a bit of an early swing. We're starting to see a lot more, which is exactly what we want. We want more variety. We want to see what works, what doesn't, and we do get the drop onto the dog here, and will be able to make it around. Snorlax playing quite well for this first chase. Actually was able to capitalize on Mo doing that early swing and able to buy us some time. This is going better than the first. Oh, that looked a bit sus, but we do get the hit anyway.
Starzy, I can assure you on my Melbourne ping currently, that is not a hit, and Mo's just going to be able to convert this into a down. I was going to say early down, but that's nearly 2 minutes into the trial, which is a very, very good amount of time. But unfortunately, Clown Crew is actually not managing to get this gen down. Even though they're tripling it, it's going to be really, really close. And, oh, no pain resistance, of course, yeah. So it is actually going to pop anyway, but they've already popped the generator. Oh, my lord, and that's the second generator popping. So, wow, Clown Crew is actually showing up here in the clown set. Sorry, not the clown set, the Handmaster set, sorry. And, I'm actually fairly surprised because I think again, like from previous results, I would have just assumed that they would be struggling a little bit in terms of pressure, but they're playing this out so well. Look at the patience on Jake there. It's just really, really nice plays going around.
Yeah, and look at him getting the read as well onto the Houndmaster, just completely reading Mo's mind there. And we'll be able to make this fast forward into main as well. Snorlax probably getting reset in the background, and that's exactly what happens. Looks like we have decided that we need to get that tunnel out onto Snorlax immediately. So we are going to be looking for the 3v1. Going to try and get this Nancy out of the game as quickly as possible. We will be looking for them as well, seeing if we can get some killer instinct, but we've got nothing, and we will be searching this edge map as well. We are spending a lot of time here, even if we find the survivor. We've spent a lot of time here, but we do find them, and this is going to be the Nancy hiding right at the edge map. That's huge. That's a huge find, and it's going to be a miss as well. We do finally get the hit here with the dog. Oh, we're doing that thing where we waste time. Awesome, but that's going to be a huge find.
Oh my god, and that was a beautiful use of the kill instinct, but our Nancy pops the spin burst, does a tree juke, completely bamboozling Mo, and just by a couple of extra seconds, manages to get another gen done, and a totem cleanse for that too, as this pallet break does come in. I think Snorlax might be dead, but that's just such a nice clippable play there that I think Snorlax might put that in the compilation later. But it's forced to play the TLs now, and of course it's not really the safest of tiles against any kind of range killer. But we do find, oh my gosh, we do find just a random Jake Park coming in for a body block hit, and that's just going to be a complete switch of targets. And Mo, I can kind of understand why they want to go for this, because all they need is 4 more hooks and 2 freshes to meet the tie condition, and Jake is fresh, so that is just 1 extra hook, and they go for the... Okay, that was really ambitious. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but wow, that was such a turn of events coming in, and Mo's actually decided to slug a bit. Wow, I'm really surprised at his confidence here. I would have just picked up immediately.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit concerned that Nancy was still at the TNL, and I would have been very surprised if she's still there. Clearly she wasn't. She has been able to leave, and this would have been the size as well. And this is an active as well that we will be dropping them off at. So we still have a strong 3-gen to play around, and we're still looking for this Nancy as well. We're still trying to see if we can find her on this side of the map, and we are going to see the Spectator Rotate, and this is no surprise as well. We do see, oh, the second wind will be proccing as well. So we are going to get our second wind ready for our Saga here, and we also have the Unhook coming in the background, but the reset does happen. Can we stealth it out? Looks like we do see our Saga. I think we are going to be looking for the Nancy, so we might actually shoot the dog back, but no, looks like we are going to be going for the Saga here. We're going to be committing, and we will be waiting for the dog so we can get, I do believe it's the hindered bonus, and I don't know how I feel about that, especially at the start. Maybe if you've already done some of it, understand, but I think you're spending a lot of time to get that hindered effect. But regardless, we are going to continue the chase into the mid side of the 12 side of the map.
Yeah, and this is just a beautiful chase coming in from Saga, even managing to dodge that dog or make a full loop around this little bit of sign before connecting this 12 little bits of filler. But that's a generator popping in the background, generator number 4, as this third down does come in. And it is going to be yet another fresh hook for Mo, meaning that, of course, if this is a successful hook, which it should be, then only 2 more stages are required for the tie condition. But that's already the last generator completed. 11 was so close to being done just as that hook came in, and now maybe Mo is regretting bringing the build, which might have brought success in scrims or in the past, but now Devour Hope's looking a little bit silly, only giving 5% haste here just for a couple of seconds, and not really giving, I think, as much value as maybe Painres would have. Like, just imagine if that generator could have been interrupted just at the last second, and maybe Mo could have gone for a little bit of, a bit of a defensive play around the generator, but that's just the survivors opening the door as well. And if they leave the survivor on hook, that is going to be the tie condition. And Mo may actually be feeling a bit of the heat here because he's being pressured by all 4 survivors. That's second win off the hook as well, Stasi. Oh my gosh, this might actually be less than 5 stages. Clown Crew might take away this first set in what I think is like an incredible performance.
Yeah, they need... Oh, we see the down coming through. This Devour. Devour has procced, and that's going to save us here. This might be a tie. We actually need to see the hook coming in through here, and that is going to be all 3 stages onto our Jake player there. If we can secure that, that's going to be the tie con as well. A huge start for us survivors here, and we actually see Snorlax leave as well. We see all the survivors leave, and this is going to be a 5-stage 3 fresh, and that's going to be a tie. My god.
Yeah, I mean, 5 stages 3 fresh is like one of the weirdest win conditions or tie conditions, so I should say, that a killer can meet, but like they've managed to somehow tie this up, and Clown Crew, I think, taken everyone by surprise, me included, because that was a very, very good showing of the skill there on the survivor side. So yeah, we're going to be heading into the second set of the Oni. Mo's Oni, definitely something that we should talk about later, but as we get that match set up, it's going to be tied up, so anyone's game here as we go into
Welcome in everyone to set 2 of today's games. We do have Renewal versus Clown Crew to start us off with. Now, we have already had an explosive start. We just had a tie, 5 stages, 3 fresh from both Clown Crew and Renewal, which is absolutely crazy when you consider their wins currently. Renewal have beat both Hardened and Bleedouts already, and Clown Crew have only lost to Gospel at the moment, at this stage in the tournament. So honestly, not what you'd expect at all, but this is going to be Renewal's first loss or tie in the set, I believe. So they're starting to show a bit of cracks, so it's very interesting to see how they handle the Houndmaster set. Maybe teams in the future should be looking to pick Houndmaster against this team. They might scrim a lot of it after showing that tie towards Clan Crew, but it'll be very interesting to see how they handle it going later in the tournament. But we do see Mo, who will be loading in onto the Oni set, which he played last week against Bleedouts and was able to walk out with a very, very confident win against that team. So we will find 2 survivors here. So we have our pick of the choice to see who we want to go for, and we choose Snorlax. We'll be taking the first chase of the game.
Yeah, Snorlax had a beautiful first chase previously in the Houndmaster trial, but unfortunately he's going to give away a very, very early hit going in 30 seconds into the trials already, and 1 for Mo, and I think he's very, very happy with this. You're chasing this injured survivor around a weak 4 lane. It's kind of looking maybe a little bit like the weak 1. Is it weak 1? Weak 2? I don't know, I've forgotten. But Snorlax is going to give away the Shack Palette minus 10 rep on the Steam profile there, but Mo is actually deciding to lose the survivor for a little bit and maybe just look around and regain his senses. But Oni on this map, I have complained myself quite a lot about. Just the map design of this Dead Sands is like, oh my, there's like so many stupidly long pieces of junk that could just spawn on this map and ruin anyone's day. And as you can see here, Mo kind of struggling to find anyone out of position now. But yeah, I guess he has an injury, so maybe he's not in a bad spot because yeah, he has enough for power now. Good awareness by him to leave that one orb there, and suddenly our survivors, yeah, do look a little bit more out of position just as I say that. So maybe we can see a little bit of a Mo special. I don't know.
And we're going to have to see some power clutch here as we do get the first down. A very nice down there on to Geo. Our Saga there will be taking the first down. We're going to go straight to someone else as well. We still have 2/3 of our power, so we have a lot to play around. We actually think there's someone still here as well. But no, we're just going to go for the pull. But that was a very, very nice first down. Ruin, Pity, Undying, still all up. So we still have 3 Jeds active here. And Crazy AF just chilling in a locker, as we will be swapping to the survivor's perspective, seeing what they're doing in the background. Unfortunately, we only have one that's really actively pushing the game towards the conclusion. But we do have someone getting rid of the Undying, which is definitely needed in this scenario, and that is going to be Undying gone. Ruin is now exposed, so this will hopefully be a good find for the survivors. We do see it near the bottom side of the map here. I actually don't know the gen callouts. I assume we're down near 5.
Oh, let's agree on the callouts now. So if we're at 5 here, then I believe that totem would have been on. Oh my gosh, he's moving around so fast. That totem would be on 9, I think. So the survivors kind of have maybe a little bit of an idea because there's a gen around, but Ruin's still going to be a little bit hidden as this first gen pops, and Snorlax still injured, going to be dropping a lot of blood for Mo to potentially pick up later. But seems like Mo is going to be playing the tactical play of staying around the survivor until they hit second hook. So yeah, it's a fairly early second stage coming in, and Mo might just have enough blood from Snorlax to actually make a full camp come out, which is a really big deal for survivors because if the Mo does get the power back, then Ruin can get so much value and you know, force him off the gens, get a bit of passive aggression, and yeah, we could be seeing another 4K from Mo again.
Yeah, that would be lovely to see. Now, we do have this hook still down to 5. Nobody has come in for the unhook just yet. But we are screening very, very heavily to see if we can stop someone coming from the 7 side. We do actually see the gen. It does get completed. We actually saw someone asking for the reset there. That looked like a bit of a pub movement there, but looks like we're going to go for the push gens gambit. We are going to be letting Saga die on hook here, and we are going to be, it seems like, fighting for possibly something like a 4K0, as we see the 3rd gen of the Prowl does end up procking in the background. So we have seen, I think it was 1 that just popped back there, and Geo is holding on. Hasn't missed any skill checks yet, but we are going to finally see the death in just a few seconds, and that will start the 3v1 portion of the trial, as we see the survivors are still heavily doubling.
Doubling this gen, they're going to get away with it, but Mo's going to be able to grab a quick little demon fury, blood fury, whatever, from the generator if he does actually decide to go check it. But it seems like he's a little bit late for that, and that's going to be the 4th generator the trial pops. So that's actually a pretty decent result for survivors to go out with. Remember that first hit came in just at 30 seconds, so Mo may have been able to play for a little bit more, but Kaku definitely have taken this as an opportunity to punish Mo's play here, but seems like, oh, Nancy's gonna get found, and oh, a little bit of a misparting by Mo. Unfortunately, I don't know, I think Nancy went for a corner tech there. That's gonna be going down on the window, which might just honestly wrap this trial up, but no, Mo's going for more. He's slugging, trying to go back to the generators, trying to find maybe a bit of a rotation coming through, but Kaku again playing very, very patiently, stealthing out the power this time and not giving away any clue as to where they are. So Mo might just have to back away or back down with just the little bits of power he has left and return to the hook to get the hook. So wow, I'm really surprised again at Kaku's patience, and I feel like they're definitely playing a little bit more coordinated than before, but they still got a task ahead of them if they do want to play for 4K0 or even get stages out of the door, because with an active Pentamonto up and Ruin up, it's going to be fairly difficult to get the gens done, Starzy.
Yeah, based on the seeding that when we came into this tournament, it did seem to be that Renewal, Gospel, Harden, a lot of those teams, or a lot of the teams to look out for. Group A is pretty spicy. and Clown Crew was kind of seemed to be on the lower part of that group, seemed to be one of those teams that were easy to discount. But when you look at how they're playing versus Renewal, it is absolutely insane. Last week seems to be very different for this week. It seems to be that this week they've just been like, no, we're scrimming, we're hard scrimming, and they've done it every day. And it is starting to show because they are playing extremely, extremely well. Their macro decisions have been well on point. Micro, of course, there's always room for improvement, and that's absolutely fine. But their macro has been very, very strong. As we take the next chase onto Asu here, who will be getting a little bit of free distance here, as Mo has gone for a very ambitious hit, does end up missing. And we are going to see the down come through here, though. Finally onto Asu. This is going to be our Claudette, who will take our down. And we're going to Demon Dash right back towards the 3-side as well, or the 3-side as we're calling it, as we head over to see if we can get some free downs here. We actually just went past our Penti sack there, seeing if we can find a stealthing survivor. Both our survivors are healthy, so very interesting. We're looking for a stealther.
Yeah, he's looking for the stealther, but something that we really have to mention about this specific strategy of going around is that you're losing a lot of blood, even with the Fang and Hull, with the survivors dropping more blood and you conserving more power after each usage. Like, he's losing a lot of blood going for the slugs. Like, he's definitely getting the downs for it. He's trying to capitalize onto it, but I think across the map, he's lost a lot of the blood orbs, which have remained there since Nancy was finishing the gens and so on. So I think Mo is actually out of power at this point and doesn't really have any reserves to play off now. So I think survivors might have even managed to I'd say come out on top, because Mo suddenly is just looking like an M1 killer with the kill on hook, with his 5 on hook, and really nothing else to show for it except of course the totems, which are a big deal. But yeah, definitely compared to like maybe a couple of minutes before, the situation seems much better. But we do find Nancy here. Might be a little bit trouble because this filler isn't the best, but it's a double filler, so I completely lied. So yeah, I guess Snorlax's gonna take a free little bit of distance here with the pallet and make his way towards, I believe, the one side of the map. But Mo, not interested at all, returns the unhook, and this might be his opening to get a little bit more blood. But again, as I was saying before, I don't think there's any blood with oh man, Stasi. That's the last one though for Mo to try and take. So realistically, if our survivors can last longer in chase, or if Mo maybe oversteps a little bit, there could be a little bit of trouble in the future. But it is looking scary again for our survivors.
Yeah, all it takes is that one hit, and as you said, there probably wasn't a lot when you were talking about it originally, but unfortunately now seems to be that there's once again a huge amount on the map. But we will be taking our next chase on the Snorlax here, who decided to early leave. And we do see a nice pallet drop here at 2. Unfortunately, Snorlax is going to get a bit shit on here as we take the down near 1. Nowhere to go after that. We do see a hook coming in. This is just going to be a battle of attrition. And it seems to be a battle that Mo is slowly winning. Unless we see a Penti pop in the background, so that's very nice. So we have run out of totems at the moment, so we will need to kind of pick up the pace there, but this will kind of help with our general aggression. Snorlax going on second here, so this will be pushing its game ever closer to its conclusion as we're going to go a little bit crazy for the blood, and this is definitely going to be enough to get our next power hit. Yeah, that's exactly enough. That is absolutely fine for us. As we see if we can find a survivor out of position. So this was Ruin that actually popped, and we see a survivor who's just here. No!
Yeah, but they had the double palace to play with, so Mo's a little bit hesitant chasing it, but he gets it anyway. Claudette, I think maybe playing a little bit indecisive, just folded the pallet too late, and suddenly things just turned around, and I feel like it was maybe that just one decision by Mo to like pick up the power early, and so to end the power early and then pick up and just hook Nancy to deny more of the power of aggression. But it seems like at this point Snorlax is going to die and hook. There's nothing our survivors can do about it, and Crazy F is just waiting in the corner. So yeah, 4K1, very impressive stuff by Mo, but I'm again very impressed by Clown Crew. They handled that 4v1 really well in that camp out, and punished it very nicely with 4 gens popping, which honestly sounds amazing, but unfortunately it's just not enough because Snorlax just gave away too much blood, and now we're in the 2v1, which realistically nothing should pop, but Clown Crew could definitely make Mo's life a little bit more difficult because there is still a good amount of pallets left on the map. So we'll have to see what Claudette can cook here because Mo's insisted on getting the power again.
Yeah, if we could just swap to Crazy AF, that would be absolutely fantastic. Would love to see what the survivors doing in the background. Looks like I'm going to be getting rid of the Penti totem instead, which I mean is absolutely fine. We will know where 2 survivors are pretty much at the end of this, but no, we're going to stop him actually. So we find the Penty Taker, and we'll be getting a very, very quick hit, and this is going to lead us to the end of the game, as we are going to get a very, very quick down here. This is going to be huge if we're able to clutch up for this one and get a quick down. Oh, do we think that there's a head on? It looks like we do. Oh, and we get completely red as Crazy AF will use their power, but unfortunately take the down. Would have been very nice, but I don't think it would have mattered too much, unfortunately, because we did not have too many places to go after they head on. But we do see Mo, who's going to be rotating around the entire map. Has no idea where Asu is, but I think this is absolutely fine. You've got both survivors that are injured. One's down, one's injured. You've got a lot of leeway to play around. Asu's not going to be doing any gens anytime soon, so we are happy to just kind of do a rotate and see if we can find a survivor. We actually thought we heard him at one point, but unfortunately that was nothing. So we will be doing the rotate to continue.
Yeah, and maybe it is a little bit of a point to like bring the crutch, which does give you 30% speed. It does allow you to traverse the map a lot quicker and maybe catch our rotation, but in this case, our Claudio was actually in a locker, oh my, and they just managed to evade it out. And again, kind of just clinging on by this one additional health state that they have on the Claudette, of course. And gonna make Mo's life a little bit difficult, as the pickup actually does come through. Wow. I didn't realize that Asu was even that close, and Mo is just gonna head back, try and cut off again any kind of rotation or split up, which can occur. But Survivors somehow managed to get out of this kind of scot-free, and if they keep this up, technically they can get a gen done. But I don't know. Now Claudette's leaving blood, and okay, a little bit of a swing and a miss, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Again, this is a weak 4 lane, so yeah, it's looking like just clean 4K1 for Clown Crew to try and meet in the next set. But yeah, I don't know. They're putting up a fight, and I have to respect it, because I think we see a lot of the SEA team. Actually, not just even SEA. Why am I just biased towards SEA? No, like I think every comp team, I'd say, in this current season has not even like thought 2 seconds about giving up or not, because that is a resounding no in comp. And I think the last time I saw give up was oh, it was recently though, but there was only one team in one set, so it'd be good to see Clan Crew fight it out.
You know, and it's interesting because we do see a lot of teams that might start to excel in the mid game. So I know, for an example, you know, in one of our games, Gospel versus it was Bleed Out, off to a horrible start in the Houndmaster set, and then was just able to come back in the 3v1. So yeah, there's a lot of examples like that where the mid game is just played so well. You have a rough early start, but man, the mid game can just absolutely take things to crazy places. One good chase can change absolutely everything. But we are going to see the hook there. That will come onto Asu, and this will definitely give us the confirmed 4K1. Oh, technically a Crazy AF is still a fresh on the ground, so we might technically not get it, but no, we will be finally seeing that hook happen. All right, well, we will be taking you guys into the next set, so sorry, into the next half of the set, where we will be seeing the Renewal survivors try and take on the Clown Crew Oni. So we'll be back with you in just a few minutes as we set up that game for you.
All right, everyone. Oni, Clown Crew, let's get it going. I believe in Clown Crew's Oni, because they've been showing that they have been on the grind. They've been scrimming. They've been practicing, and that previous result of the Houndmaster set really leads me to believe that a 4K1 tie condition is really possible. Starzy, I don't know about what they're going to be coming up with, but it is going to be fairly standard. Is it? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, 4K1 is extremely reasonable from both sides, so there will still be a lot of game to be fought around, but we are going to be seeing our Oni from the Clown Crew side. This is going to be Taka, who will be taking the first chase hopefully very soon, and it looks like that is exactly what we're going to be doing, as we see Dog, who has been caught here, not out of position, but will possibly be giving a bit of a rough chase, unless we're able to clutch up here. But no, we get a nice drop here. We actually have a nice screen here to force Dog to the bottom side of the map. And oh no, this is not going to be the first chase that you want. I think this is going to be a hit, and it is. That's going to be the first hit. Comes very, very quickly, and it was mid-vault as well, so that's going to be a little bit of extra blood that we can add to our pocket. And this is going to be a very good start for our clown crew killer, and this is exactly what you want. You want to be able to capitalize on early power, and it looks like we get a quick drop from Shaq as well, which is absolutely fine, but we are going to be able to get this first power up and rolling, and we have it now. So are we going to use it early, or are we going to use it late? We are going to use it early. I'm very, very surprised to see this if we continue Dog. This will be very interesting, but no, we decide to leave. Have we seen another survivor here? I don't know whether we have, but okay, well, you definitely haven't. Looks like we're looking for ghosts.
Yeah, and the ghost is what Taka will find, and then find Dog again, of course. But that is a little bit of time waste going in, and that's already like pretty much 55% of the power gone from Taka's supply case there. But I mean, look, he still gets a pain resonance going in, and manages to prevent another, and I think from popping. I think they're triple splitting, but wow, I'm quite surprised on how early Renewal gave away that first tag, and Taka is up to the task here, I believe, in this BB1. Guess get two, no, just one of option down on this three side gen. I think that was the comms that we agreed on. That's an unhook coming in the distance with that. So now Taka has to try and work a little bit more for the second power, which should be coming in fairly soon. But Dog, yeah, doing a good job just preventing it. Look at this, he's actually walking around the tile. Maybe it's to prevent chase, maybe it's also to prevent more blood from spawning, but Taka, I think, has to be working a lot. No, it's actually the spin burst coming in, and maybe he can make Shaq again, but again, there's a little bit of problems because Taka has power again. No Shaq power because that was already used, and we might see another fairly fast second down here, but Dog's doing a beautiful job. Grabs a stun, grabs a flashlight save as well as this tunnel out continues, and yeah, maybe Taka is getting a little bit baited into chase here, but I think Renewal is happy to let this happen anyway.
You're fighting for the 4K one. We were able to get Dog off before they hit second, so we still do have some room to play around here. You know, if they are hooked, that's absolutely fine. We can get them off for a third and final chase, but we do finally see the down does come through. Still only one gen proc, but I assume we're going to see some gens popping very, very soon. I would assume we're going to see two, actually, but unfortunately, Dog, with some bad pathing, took them right to the active, and we are probably going to see a Scourge Hook here as well. And that is not... Oh, no, this isn't a Scourge Hook, actually. That is very unlucky for our killer there. But, yeah, that is some very unfortunate pathing there. Dog just took him right to one of the actives. This gen was sitting at about 70%, and now that's an easy regress for Taka. And as well, that we're going to see Sky take a hit. We didn't even see what happened there. But Sky does end up taking a hit. We'll be giving a fair bit of blood to Taka quite easily, and now we are going to see some screening here as well, as we actually see this gen that was possibly going to get screened before has end up being completed. So that is going to be something near our killer. Unfortunately, that is a free pop, but we are going to be trying to see if we can camp Dog out. If we could get a 4K2, that would be amazing, but I think this is going to be a difficult one to fight for, as we see Wretched does proc in the background, so that will allow Sky to get back on gens at full speed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a situation for us Hives to be in, to be fair. Like, they can't really send in somebody without giving Taka power, and it seems like they're a bit a disadvantage compared to the previous trial, because Taka already had this kill. Sorry, not Taka. Taka's having this kill at 3 gens. Mo had it in the previous trial at 1 generator, and although they might pop one in the background, that's an additional generator that Taka has to work with, albeit, okay, with less blood on the map. But like, you still have more time to go for this tie condition of 4K1, but it seems like Renewal isn't even going to be able to pop a generator for this death, and Taka should be able to manage to pick up another power. And look at how much blood there is on the map. There's just a good amount, and if Taka can get a fast find and a fast down onto survivor, maybe he can even pop and pick up another one that's near being found. PZ unfortunately gets found around this generator. It might just go down quickly, but I think Taka should just play patient and go for the power break. Oh, that's a beautiful... What? No. What has happened there? Was that the bush? The bush just managed to protect Nia from the down coming through, and that's such a huge thing, because gets away from this power, manages to make so much distance here, and even... Oh my god, that's just crazy. He goes down here, but that's enough power being run out here. It's around 25% left, and Taka, a little bit desperate, maybe goes for a bit of a slug, but can't find anyone. So that that is a huge set of events that just happened. I mean, finds a gen, sure, but nobody is here. It just goes again, and wow, that was such a huge play from PZ because I feel like Oni is like one of the most tactical sets, which is something that I really never talked about. I think Oni is one of the most tactical killers in the game. It's like every little drop of blood matters. Trying to assess how much blood you have on the map is very critical, and even just like a little bit of wasted time on the side of survivors can really mean a huge detriment. But oh my lord, ADHD just gets away with that stuff.
No,
That would have been
no, that
huge.
would have been
That would have
such
been
a
huge.
big find. That's so unfortunate. Please tell me we're going to go back and. Oh, Taka, no. That's so depressing to see. I really want Clanker to win this set. It would be an amazing, amazing performance to see. And no shout out to Renewal. They're a great team, but it's always awesome to see the underdogs win. And Clan Crew are putting up a really, really good fight here. Unfortunately, Taka has no idea that there's someone literally stealthing basically on the hook. And it looks like we are going to get it as well because Sky is going to get that gen done in the background. We are going to see the unhook coming in onto PC, I would assume, right now. And I'll be surprised if we're going to delay it for much longer. It seems like ADHD is happy to wait. But no, we do see the unhook happening onto PC. And we are going to go for this attack onto Sky. So we might be looking for another Scourge hook to get us some pressure. So we know that ADHD and Sky are the only Scourge hooks left, as there's two, and we are going to be working on the gen in the background. And this is absolutely fine. I see a reset as well that does come through. So we find PZ, who will likely be giving a first hit very, very soon as we try and go for a quick hit here to get the pressure on the board. We do go for a bit of a fake vault there, but we do give the M1 irregardless. And we'll be going for a break, and I assume we'll be seeing the power pop very, very soon. We'll be heading up to either 6 or 1 to see if we can put some pressure on the board. Looks like we're going to head all the way down towards 6. Have we found the survivor? We do know that someone is nearby. ADHD was successful on the stealth before. Are we able to pull it off again? We are going to be heading into this loop here. Unfortunately, we don't find anyone hiding in the locker. I would assume we've gone edge map somewhere. If we have, we made it pretty quick. And that's exactly right. We have gone edge map. And this is a good stealth from ADHD. Both, actually, two really good stealths have paid off massively. So it looks like we are going to be going to where they are. But no, we're not going to be checking the edge map. And Sky's going to be popping that gen in the background. We need to put it up, or we're going to fall behind immediately. We need to just completely step it up as we're going to head up towards 1. I think we will be able to stop this gen, but Sky is absolutely slamming it out. We said this is already above 75, and we find Sky, who will be possibly giving us a very quick down. We are going to try and get around this little rock filler here. Unfortunately, we can't get the insta down.
Yeah, but this path's already broken because Sky dropped it earlier, and now he's just playing off the 50s on this supposed jungle gym or weird tile. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, he's doing a good job of wasting time. Maybe if he, oh my god, what is 180 coming in from Tucker, and that's I think the rework Oni coming into effect there, getting the down at just 30% left. That is huge. Imagine like if that down didn't occur, maybe Sky could have gotten away from that, but now there's going to be another pain resonance coming in onto the middle of the map. This generator doesn't pop for this, and I believe, sorry, that was PZ, who's not being reset thus far, is going to be leaving a lot of blood. But no, what? We got going for the pain resonance, and he didn't make it on time, so now the pain resonance doesn't come into effect, and Tucker just completely leaves Bill. Sky can just go away scot-free, and wow, oh my gosh, that greed of the pain resonance might have costed him. Can't find anyone else on the edge map, so this game is still really close, and I like you could hear from my voice that like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's like this game is insane. But Tiger does pick up the second power from Nia's blood left over. Doesn't really find necessarily anyone yet. Does see scratch marks and blood, so it is going to be Nia around here. But oh, he closed in. No.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh, they get the gen done.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Oh no, we are going to see the Tyco coming through. We get the down onto Sky as well. If we could find ADHD here, that would be absolutely hilarious. We're probably not looking at the right side of the map. We did just see 11 prop. Actually, no, I think it's fine that we're going to head down here. It's pretty likely that we're going to see ADHD somewhere stealthing down 6. We have seen some really good stealths from ADHD, but this will set up our Tycon, and we see the shade is also very close as well. If we could get a quick snip onto ADHD, that's exactly right. We going to see the rotate onto Sky here, who is almost ready to be picked up as well, and is ready, in fact. So we will see a very quick res there, as we're going to get another hook onto PZ, I would assume. But unfortunately, we're going to be taking a little bit of time looking for this one, as we find ADHD, who is our only healthy survivor left in the trial. If we could get a hit here, that would be absolutely fantastic to start pushing our power on the board. And we see PZ is reset in the background. We're going to be fighting for a very, very tight Tycon here, as we see the res does come in the background. This generator was at about 90% when we last left it, but it is going to be still regressing as we have half of our power left to go. So this is a very, very close set, and we may well be seeing another tie.
Oh my god, it would be amazing if Blanco could pull this off. All the odds were stacked against them. Like, everyone would have thought, including me, that they'd just be quick 2-0. But, like, 5 stages in the Handmaster, playing for 4K1 tie condition is Taka, and is very, very close to getting it, because they, like, I mean, they can defend this generator setup, even though it is, oh my god, I just realized, yeah, they can completely defend this generator setup. Look at this, 3-gen here on, I'm just going to say the top side. Yeah, really, really close to each other, like a Vecca's Yell setup almost. And, again, they just played really well, but I think was that Sky going for the head-on? I didn't hear that nose. PZ going for the head-on, buys a little bit of time, of course, but forced out the exhaustion. But now Taka's showing maybe a little bit of nervousness, just not going for the flick there on the window, and instead tries to go for the flick here, but no, force of locker. That can only mean one thing, Starzy. They're sitting those gens.
And that's exactly right, and that's fine for PZ to do, but unfortunately, we see the Sky is not on a gen, and this gen has regressed to about 50. We opt not to chase Sky here, which is definitely the right call, as we do know that ADSG is going to be smashing out this 6 gen. That's exactly right, as we find it here, and we are going to get a nice free little hit, but no, we actually opt against it. Okay, we're just going to waste a little bit of time, that's fine. But ADHD is going to go into stealth mode once again. This is actually where he was stealthing before. Are we going to be able to find them? This will be a huge find if we can locate them. But no, we don't. Where has the survivor stealth? If we can get a quick survivor spectate, that would be super, super awesome. And we will be swapping to ADHD here to see where they have stealthed. There we go.
Oh.
So it looks like, okay, we were a little bit further. It looks like we were 1 over, unfortunately. But if they checked that last time, that would have been really huge. But we are going to see the power does come on Taka in the background. So if we're able to get a quick down here, swap back to ADHD, this might still be a 4K1 territory game.
Yeah, still might be, and again, everything's so close, but Taka, I think, good decision making there. Instead of chasing the survivor outside of the feed and head straight back, knowing that ADHD is somewhere here, that pesky little blendette in the background is somewhere, and they actually can't find them. Oh my gosh, ADHD, this is like 3 stealths that they made this entire game. The edge wrap as well on the corner, but it's not enough for Taka to smell them out, and Taka just loses so much of the power here. It's already 75% gone. ADHD is such a pest and such like an annoyance for Taka, and that's just a power completely gone. As oh my god, 10 checks on corner. No.
Yeah, this is ADHD stealth. That's going to be something we're looking at when we're doing our VOD reviews, because that has honestly saved this game. If ADHD was found any one of those 3 or 4 times, would have been a completely different game. But the fact that this Claudette has been consistently able to stealth every single fucking time that Taka has come down to 6, that has changed the game completely. Because a lot of the times he's come down there, he's either had power or he's been close. And the fact that we've been able to consistently hide has put so much pressure onto Taka. So that is a huge shout out to this Claudette, who, second game on, this is their first week, and has been playing absolutely perfectly. This is exactly what you want. It looks like we'll be getting a nice hook placement here as well. This is going to be Sky's Scourge hook, which is huge for our killer. So we might still be seeing this 4K1. This might be another tie, but ADHD stealthing behind the tree. This is one of the most dangerous spots to stealth, but it doesn't matter because we see that Unwell coming in the background. ADHD will stealth again. This is a stealth master. This is on the levels of Geztrick stealth. It is that good.
Oh. Oh my god. I don't each team member has like a designated stealth master, and I think ADHD Owen ADHD is going to take the title for Renewal there. Hack, of course, I know I've heard some complaints from some of the Sanity Killer scrims that Hack gets some stupid tree stealth, but ADHD gets everything in this game. He gets everything. He gets a tree stealth, he gets one behind the jungle gym, he gets 3 edge map rock stealths, and like, oh my god, he even pulls this off. What? Oh my gosh, what an amazing stealth coming in. I don't know if it's by luck or something, but Taka just loses so much for this. Even though that hook did happen right next to the high progress generator, now suddenly our survivors have just, again, managed to get so much out of just one stupid Claudette stealthing. Even this ballad being dropped, I don't think it's going to matter as PZ does take the next chase. He's Death Hook, but again, it's very, very far away from the generator, and we might actually see a pop. I don't know, Stazzy. It's going to be so close, but oh, what? What's going on? Is this bait?
Yeah, I have to admit, I don't know what Sky was doing there. I think that was a very, very risky play. And unfortunately, this gen's only at 50, although ADHD has pretty much been at 6 the entire game. This gen still hasn't procced, and it's not because of their slow progress. They have just been forced down so many times, but Sky will be giving the second hook, maybe taking a really weird out-of-place hit for the tunnel there, but oh my god, there's so much blood on the map now. We are just going to see consistent powers as we do see that this generator is stopped. So we're going to see another stealth from our ADHD. I do believe this is number 6 of the game, and if we're able to find them, that will be absolutely huge. All we need to do is find them once, but ADHD is going to be stealthing far away again. Are we able to find the survivor? No, we're looking in the completely wrong spot, and I would have been pissed off if I was Taka. I would be so frustrated. We know he's down there somewhere. Where is this survivor going? They're here. This generator keeps on getting progressed. Where are they going? No, we find them. We finally see them.
We saw that little Claudette noggin sticking out from that Z-wall. And ADHD Demon Chase as well, going for the double fake on the pallet. Forces Taka to break this, and for this M1, I believe. Not even an M1, yeah, oh my god, they have a filler here. We can see how frustrated Taka is, by the way, but like for this, they've actually managed to get 2 resets in the background, which would help our other 2 survivors stealth a little bit more in the upcoming little bit of the trial. But ADHD doing, again, a beautiful job here, and I think is going to be the MVP of this Oni set. Look at that. And Taka's forced to retreat back into the 3-gen setup. Doesn't even pick up blood. I'm very, very surprised. There's so much blood left on the map. Like, might even be on that 100 blood orb limit, but it's just ignoring it, trying to go for the generator instead. Since it can't be regressed any further, I'm just realizing, because look at those spikes. They are very, very close, if not at that 8 regression limit already. So Taka just kind of speeds back towards it, but our survivors, again, nowhere to be seen, taking a little bit of a page from their teammate ADHD's book. But again, I cannot stress how much of like a critical like part of the team ADHD has been in this trial, because without those stealths that come in, that's like pretty much 6 successful stealths, I would say, because that 5th one was like a chase that resulted in nothing for Taka. Without that, like, this game would have fallen apart way, way earlier, and I think that's the last gen being done. Look at that, man.
My god, and they're able to get the win as well. You know, we've been VOD reviewing a lot of these games, and we haven't given any S's for survivors yet. I think ADHD might get the first one, because this has just been absolutely huge. They played perfectly. This is exactly what you want, and honestly, it is ADHD that was able to get this 4K 0. This survivor is the reason the set was won. These stealths were so influential and perfect every single time. Urban Evasion, put it on this survivor every time, because they were absolutely crazy. That was insane gameplay. But we are still fighting for a couple of stages out here. So we do see the the gate does proc in the background. We actually see it open as well, as we're going to see PZ trying to come in for the unhook here. As we'll put some pressure onto Sky, seeing if we can get our power back. We do have our power ready. No, we're not going to get ADH out as well. We're going to let him die. No.
I mean, he's probably going to die here, but the flick onto Sky means that I believe Anya doesn't have enough time to rotate. So, damn, I still believe that is 11 stages for Taka, but it's just not enough. You needed a 4K1, and like I can't stress how much like Taka tried here, but oh my, you try and find like you know there's mosquitoes at night. You try and like you try and get them between your hands, you try and like squash them, but they just keep on like buzzing away, like they're always in your ear. You know they're there, and you can never get them. They finally do, but it's already too late, and they've already sucked out more than enough blood to take this first set away from Renewal. Well, actually, second set, but of course, since the first was tied, it's going to be 1-0 to Renewal in in this series. So that's just insane stuff from I think both teams. They played really well, and I think that's just going to lead us right into our tiebreaker, which I've completely forgotten. I believe it's the Ghoul. So yeah, a replay of potentially last night's Stasi.
As we will be back with you in just a few minutes, and we'll tell you what happened. Oh, okay. Welcome back, everybody, to OSL Season 3 once again, as we will be seeing Renewal vs Clown Crew continue into the third set. Now, of course, we did see a tie already. Cool, thank you very much. So there you go. It has been a wrong map, thanks to our lovely staff member Nosy. So unfortunately, we did load into, I think there was wreckers there or something. And yeah, no, now we are going to be loading into this is bloody yeah, the map. And we'll hopefully see a good set from our Clown Crew survivors. Sorry, this is going to be Wretched Shop. I literally could not think of the name. Wretched Shop. So we are going to hopefully have a good set from our survivor team here. Very excited to see what we can do. And we get a very, very quick hit onto our survivors. But I don't think that's a huge deal, as Ghoul is very, very well known for getting basically free hits to start. It's very, very similar to Legion gameplay, just a little bit stronger. So hopefully we'll be able to see some good gameplay.
And I think our Bill's actually going for like a medium vault there, trying to deny potential kidnap tap. I think our survivors and killers are up for well, we're actually going to be witnessing something. The survivors and killers are going to be playing, but we're going to be witnessing a great set coming up in this Ghoul tiebreaker, which is currently still a decisive set for Renewal because it is 1-0 in their favor. But Clown Crew could make something happen because yeah, that was a very, very early first tag in my opinion. And even though this mark might come off Bill in a bit of time, oh my god. Anyway, let's just ignore Mia being in blocker. Even though that mark is going to come off quickly, it's like a decent start for Taka, but they completely lost everyone here, and this is a really, really big mistake because they've gotten really not that much out of this corrupt anymore, and yeah, with this reset as well coming in, yeah, we're kind of back to square one. Corrupt 75% gone, and now Taka has to work a lot, but I've already said that. So yeah, Stasi, maybe we can talk about the current match, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries. But we do see the Sky Survivor will be going for the next chase. We'll be giving another hit. This has been 2 hits given quite early, unfortunately. So we're going to have a little bit of a rough one here. We will be giving almost a free tag, but we will be able to just make this window. This is going to be free, I believe. Yes, it is. Although very, very close, and we will be able to survive just a little bit longer. This is kind of when Ghoul loses their power. We do have, of course, a nice repositioning tool, but Sky playing very, very well around Shaq so far, and Taka doesn't seem too well familiar with the Ghoul mechanics. Oh, this is a little bit rough to watch, unfortunately. Yeah, the mechanics do seem a little bit rusty. Sky going to be making it around this 5 side here as we try to make it towards 7. And Sky will be able to force this drop here, and we'll be making it back towards 5 as we're going to be taking them down right at the edge map as well. And this is absolutely fine. This is a very, very nice death spot. And we do have access to a Scourge Hook. We do know that there is one working in the background, so it will be stopping at least one of these single gens. Unsure which one, but we will be able to put some pressure on the board with this, and hopefully be able to get some eruption value as well, as Taka has been gotten off to a bit of a slow start. But we do have Scourge available to us, and hopefully we can get some nice regression on the board as we search for a survivor out of position, and we do find PZ.
Yeah, we did find PZ, but Taka is playing a little bit more aggressive for this time out. Immediately heads back with these two Kagune leaps, but won't be able to secure anything from it. Not even a tag or injury either. But does find Sky again, so this is of course the survivor you want to chase. The Sky does take the vault through the window. I think that's light as well being procced from Sky, but it's gonna allow a Kagune mark to be applied anyway. So Taka does have a couple of options with the additional little bounds. It knows that there's a healthy survivor who got the pull fairly recently, but it's just actually opting to go for Sky here, and this is a lot of time being bought out. Even though that early pull did happen, it's kind of being justified because Sky's going for a run here, and Sky, yeah, Sky might be able to take it away again from for Renewal, but maybe I'm speaking too soon because yeah, Taka just leaves, and now it gets a very fast tag onto PZ. That's a lot of berries, but maybe he decides to switch their target again, and it seems like they do. Yeah, they do want to leave the bill. So, yeah, let's see how PZ does take the chase here. And they do have a good setup though, so it's going to be fairly difficult for Taka, I think, without removing these pallets. Oh,
Oh, no, looks like we go for a little bit of a preemptive swing. We go for 2 preemptive swings there. PZ is just getting so much value for basically doing nothing, and now we force the break as well. This would have been a huge down, but now we've actually bought a lot of time, and this is all one preemptive swing can do. It can give him access to another loop, can just give him access to 30 more seconds of chase, which is exactly what we're going to get here. We do go for the fake out, but it does not end up working. We see the Russian proc does happen, but PZ was able to make a lot work out of nothing, and oh no! We go for an unfortunate firecracker that does not end up working out, and we see that was Mia here who will be giving a free hit.
Mia kind of taking ADHD / Owen's shoes from the previous trial. I think ADHD is completely happy to tie off that only match, but Mia as well, kind of wanting to point out. I think they've been playing since week 1, so it's their 3rd week on, and they got the first pull, and nothing too significant otherwise, but apart from the head on. But Sky's actually going to get caught out a little bit on this little bit of a 4 matchsticks and go down. So that's 3 gens popping for this death look, but they still have a lot of injuries. Okay, 4 gens popping, as Mia was right here, but 4 gens popping for this death look, and oh, is that another one actually really close? Because that sounded very high progress. I think yeah, Renewal definitely looking for outs at this point, but Taka definitely might have made just a couple of mistakes, I think, throughout the trial. There's maybe like the 2 missed kidnap techs, which is what people are calling it, but really, apart from that, just somehow the chasers have just not gone their way.
Yeah, and unfortunately, sometimes that does happen. It can, you know, with the tiebreaker, it can always be a little bit of an awkward killer that you're going up against. You're not maybe prepared. Maybe you're not really preparing for the tiebreaker. Maybe you just think, oh, we're going to tour, you know, Clan Crew. Maybe that's fine. But Clan Crew came prepared, and they're able to clutch up and do really well. I think we are definitely going to be seeing stages out the door, but maybe we're able to put up a good performance, and maybe if we're lucky, the Renewals killer isn't really that playing on their A game either. So we might be able to force some mechanic switches that don't end up in favor of Renewal. But regardless, we do see all 4 survivors are gobbling around the map looking for a gen to do, and we do see that one is very close to completion as well, and I think we'll be seeing it completed in the next 10-20 seconds.
And Renewal, I think the plan here is just double this high progress gen and then split the other 2 injuries on the bot side. Of course, double a gen there, but it seems like Taka's going to overreach here, maybe playing for stages, which I do completely agree with. Finds PZ on this 11 side, but unfortunate that zoning didn't really work out too much, and PZ is going to be able to like chain a little bit of this filler here and buy a bit of distance. So no doubt we're going to see the last gen pop for, I believe this would be the 4th stage of the game onto PZ, and yeah, very impressive stuff from Renewal, just managing, I think, anyway, to punish a couple of Taka's misplays throughout this trial. But yeah, PZ goes down the edge. Not really any way that Taka can get back to the gate in time, I would believe, then thanks to Dog being healthy. And yeah, believe, again, that's going to secure 5 stages, 2 fresh for Clown Crew, which is a very much better performance than we've seen from the ghoul sets from yesterday. Because yeah, we got like 4K3 from Dokes. Mr. Dokes, very well done. And we got 4K1 from Gunther, so that's very impressive stuff. And maybe Ghoul does have a little bit of potential in going towards the survivor side after this performance. Maybe that maybe I'm willing to say that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and it's a very unfortunate result for our killer here. But maybe our survivor team will be able to clutch up. Our clown crew survivors have been playing very well thus far today, so we might have to see a 3-stage, 4-stage coming in. Sorry. So hopefully we'll be able to turn things around. But we will be returning to you guys in just a few minutes, as we will be seeing the survivors swap over to killer here, as we're gonna see the renewal killer try and get 6 stages.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. We did just see a 5-stage 2 fresh from from Tucker, right? From Tucker's Ghoul from Clan Crew, and now Renewal actually have to show up for the results here. 6 stages is sufficient on this tiebreaker, which of course would put them in the lead in a 2-0 victory. So yeah, I believe 5 stages is completely doable for a tie condition. 6 stages, of course, is the win condition. But yeah, again, I'm gonna keep on having to refer back to yesterday's results of the Ghoul, which were 4K3, 4K1, coming in from Synergy and Resurrection, respectively. So I think, yeah, Clan Crew has to put in a lot of work here in the chases to make it happen, Starzy.
Oh no, you're exactly right. We are gonna need to see quite a few mistakes from our killer main here. We have Mo loading in on the Kaneki, and we are gonna have to see some cracked gameplay from our survivors to keep this win con alive. We are gonna need 4 stages, and we're not gonna see it already because we've already found someone who's given an instant hit. This is the worst start that you could ask for, basically, and we are not gonna get anywhere. We're gonna be giving a free down 10 seconds into the game. This is crazy AF, having a shit AF chase, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was not the start you need for Clan Crew. Having that burst down happen only just for this Undying Totem is going to be a really, really big problem for them, because if you all know in comp, like, every little bit of progression like hurts the killer. Like, it forces the killer to play more passively and try and force out the win condition. But yeah, with this start, I think it's pretty much guaranteed that Renewal will take this Ghoul set away, which is unfortunate for Clan Crew because I feel like they played really well. But we've still got an entire trial ahead of us, of course, and Mo could definitely make a couple of mistakes here, which I think Mo is showing a little bit of chinks in the armor. Like, there's that first Handmaster set, which he got 5 stages on, so Clan Crew might have a little bit of hope here, as the unhook does happen in the distance. Snorlax takes the tag for it though, and Mo is completely happy to go for this Starlight, which I think he's got plenty of time to go for. Even gets... Is that a kidnap deck? Starzy, was that a kidnap deck? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think we actually got a little bit of extra value there. Crazy AF was able to get away. We might be able to buy a little bit of extra time, but no, he's right on top of us. And we see the down as well coming through. Unfortunately, we kind of screened ourselves towards the edge map. And this is 2 very, very fast chases coming through from our Jeff player. Oh, that's not good to see, Fushi. I'm going to remember that one. And a bit of a disappointing thing there, but that's fine. It happens. We are going to see the reset coming in on the background, as well as you see take the next chase onto Geo here, who's hopefully able to clutch up. Unfortunately, we haven't had any good chases yet, but this is the time. If we can make it work, we have to, as we see a free hit here coming in onto Geo. We are going to be able to break this shack as well, this bus pallet for free as well. And we will be moving ourselves towards the middle of the map as we continue to chase out, and we get right on top of them as well. This is going to be a 3 down, and we see most mechanics on the Kaneki are absolutely what you need to put pressure on the board, and this is going to be a very early 3v1 unless we see Crazy AF able to clutch up here, but it doesn't matter because they actually choose to chase Fishy instead. But no, we take the injure, and we're going to be heading towards Crazy AF instead. We are looking for the 3v1. We need to put pressure on the board, and this is it. We have found it. Crazy AF will be heading towards Shack, and hopefully we can have a clutch chase. Oh, we can't.
Oh my god, Mo is such a presence here on the Kaneki. Even decides to slug a little to force an injury onto Nancy. A little bit of an overshoot there, and an unfortunate little leap there won't result in a tag. But oh my lord, he has secured this death at 5 generators, and I think we might have a new record on the Kaneki. But again, I might be speaking too soon because the Survivor's still got there's something to do in this 3v1, but it's going to be really, really rough for them. Of course, with a 3v1 having this early in the trial for Survivor is just going to be such a huge problem for them, as well as a Ruin, which is still in the trial, by the way. Ruin, of course, protected by Undying is, I think, one of most favorite combos, and it's definitely going to give him so much value in the remaining of this trial, which I feel like is already over for the side of Clan Crew. But I don't know, Snorlax doing a good job here. Might actually buy enough time for that bus generator to see a couple more percentage points going into it, and yeah, Mo can't make the window, so Snorlax again having a fairly decent chase here.
Dude, let's go! Mo is going absolutely crazy here. This is just such a high-pressure game that Mo has put on to start, and we are going to see another down as well coming in from Nancy very quickly. This is going to be our 4th down, but Snorlax does buy enough time for the first generator of the trial to get done. Now, technically, our survivors could still win, but it is very unlikely that we are going to see them able to pull this one out. So we are going to see possibly 2-0 here. Mo still holding on to a very strong lead. Still 4 generators left and still 3 survivors in the trial. Technically, they do still have the numerical advantage, so maybe they can use the 3v1 to get all 4 gens done. Who knows? We might see anything, but Mo will be looking for a stealthing survivor here to see if we can get some free gens. And we do find somebody here. Go for a sneaky little hit there. Unfortunately, it doesn't really end up working out too much, but Fushi does give the power there and will be able to get a free little stun. So we're going to see Mo does have 3 dashes up now. Hopefully we're able to do something crazy with it as we put the pressure on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. He has so much pressure that I feel like even if our survivors had like an enlightened intervention perk, you know, like corrupt intervention, like freezing Mo for like 120 seconds, I feel like Mo still have plenty of time to secure the 5 stages in the trial. But that's actually an unhook coming in, and Mo knows exactly where everybody is, so that's just going to be a lot more ruin value coming on a Shack. Sees Fushi again, actually just decides to chase this. This is the win condition after all, and I think, yeah, as long as this doesn't go for an obscenely amount of time, long amount of time, then that's just going to be a win going in for Renewal. So yeah, really well played, Mo. Just, I think this might actually just be one of their new killer sets, like one of their winning sets coming in, because Mo's performance here, Stasi, I think was absolutely exceptional.
You couldn't be more right, Tavi. Honestly, this has been a masterclass on how to play Kaneki. And you know what? I know that my team is watching in their VC because we're gonna have to verse Renewal later. And I know that we're gonna instantly ban Kaneki now because we don't want to deal with that because this looks horrible for us. So this is gonna be a ban that's definitely gonna come through. So it's good that we're able to see this before we have to reverse it, but my god, Mo is just showing how good they are on Kaneki, and it's completely unexpected because this is a tiebreaker. No teams are really looking for the tiebreaker unless you're able to kind of, you know, conform it in a way you want. But even then, it's really hard. And we are going to see a nice balance here from Geo, but unfortunately, we will, irregardless, be seeing a very quick down, and this is going to be the confirmed win for our Kaneki player. He actually already had it, but this is going to be the double confirmed win, if that's what you'll call it. As we see, 6 stages does finally come through, so that's going to be the full fresh hit there. But very well played to Mo. Absolute masterclass of a game. Hopefully we're able to finish it out really strong. If we can get a 4K4, that would just be absolutely fantastic. Mo has honestly played some really good games in the past, has had some very high ranking games that have happened week 1. So hopefully we're able to get some more, and you know, by the end of the season, we'll be looking like a possibly S tier player.
Absolutely, I think he is honestly an S tier player. We don't talk about the Wraith on the Temple of Purgation thing too much nowadays in Oceania, but yeah, that did in fact happen, and Mo was the cause of that. So yeah, looking at a somewhat similar like plan here on Kaneki, and now that's, I guess, revealed that Renewal's kind of like ace in the hole might be Kaneki. I would be very shocked. Number one, if your team, Mr. Sazi, doesn't ban it or like leaves it for later, or like anyone else, honestly, number two, anyone else leaves it open because Mo's looking really, really dangerous on Kaneki, and yeah, oh my god, they just really, really good traversal manages to even interrupt a little bit of the unhook, getting a tag for it, but um, it's, I don't know. I feel like Mo's one of Mo's most incredible advantages playing the killer is the insane game sense that they do have, and Kaneki is like if you can like try and accurately guess where everyone is, you can get so much out of this killer, which you do kind of find a bit of power standoff, and Mo does win. So that's another death I think coming through, and that's yeah, maybe even 4K4 for Kaneki again, like ridiculous result.
I mean, it's exactly as you said. It's ridiculous. The fact that this is happening, a 4K4 is such a strong result, and this isn't on one of the first two sets that a team picked and has the advantage on. This is on a tiebreaker. This is how strong this team is. Renewal, absolutely crazy. But you know what? On top of how Renewal played, Clown Crew put up such a good fight today. Clown Crew, honestly, it was completely unexpected that they would have any chance in this set, in this series, should I say? And they put up a genuine Titan. I mean, these games were just so high quality that you saw both teams playing extremely well. They are terrifying. So we will be going into the next set. But Geo does get hooked here, and we will be fighting for the 4K3.
Yeah, and I think the 4K3 will happen here. So yeah, really good job, like Kanku managing to bounce back from that death at 5, getting 2 additional generators done. Not an easy task, you know, in a 3v1 against a killer like Mo, which has proven himself very, very capable on this killer and many more. Is still something to walk away with and be proud of. But yeah, again, it's just unfortunately not enough. And I do have to agree that I feel like, yeah, bracket A now, I've officially seen like all 5 teams play like 2 sets, and I can confidently say I think every single team here in bracket A is a threat. Like every single team, like Clan Crew, now with this showing on both the Oni and the Handmaster set, really like you cannot just let up your guard even for a moment. Okay, there's a bit of discount coming through, but yeah, there's a Renewal 2-0 anyway, and yeah, I'm very happy for Clan Crew actually because they've actually kind of like appeared out of nowhere and managed to perform really, really well.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, just amazing by both teams. Just amazing, amazing gameplay. But regardless, we're going to be going to the second series finally. I think we're a couple of hours in there. So, oh my god, we're over 2 hours in. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Very well done. We will be going into Kaido Kids versus Melatonin, which should be awesome. I'm so excited for this one. Please stick around because it is only getting better from here. We will be back with you in just a few minutes as we set up our second series of tonight.